Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to get a nice warm brown smoky eye with glowy skin in this video. It's a bit of a longer one, so grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine if you're like me and you've been drinking every night. Now I'm taking the simple daily moisturiser and just blending that into my skin. Then I'm going to set my brow hairs in place just using a bit of lash glue. The only reason I use lash glue is because my brow hairs are really stubborn and they don't stay in place, and I find this is the only thing that really keeps them where I want them to be. Just brushing them up and round, get a nice fluffy shape. Then I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade 01, just carving out underneath my brow bone, and then I'm going to blend that across my eyelid for the eyeshadow base. This is quite light, but I like it for the highlight under my brow bone that it gives. You can obviously use a darker one if you want to. Another thing, if you don't have an eyeshadow base, the Revolution concealer is really good for eyeshadow bases. I'm just blending that in to make sure there's not lots of product in one place across my eyelid. Then I'm taking the Primark concealer stick in the shade Cinnamon, it's just like a nice warm brown, and I'm just going to blend that through my crease and through into my brow bone and across out towards the tail of my brow, just to give me a bit of definition and make sure that base is not really bright the whole way across my eye. Then I'm taking the Maybelline gel liner in the brown shade, and I'm just going to blend this across my eyelid and then buff it out with a fluffy brush. This is just to give you a good base for when you put the dark brown shadow over the top. You don't have to build it up as much. So then I'm going to go into the Morphe 350 matte palette, and I'm going to take the darkest brown shade in there and just blend that across where I've put the brown gel liner, and you can see how dark it goes straight away. Then I'm taking Makeup Geek Morocco. Well, I was meant to actually dip into that, but obviously I missed, and I'm just going to blend that nice orange around the edge of the brown. Then I'm just taking a bigger fluffy brush and just really lightly blending out the edges of that orange so it's not too harsh and everything's nice and blended. Just blending them two colours together again. You might have to go in and build them up over each other again if you lose any of the colour intensity and the pigment. So just keep going over till you get the look you want. Then just taking some black eyeshadow across the inner corner for when I put my lashes on. This is Makeup Geek Corrupt, and them lashes are the Pro Lashes PL95 I think. Just taking a bit more base under my eye. I'm doing under my eyes first because I'm using quite dark shadows and I don't want the fallout to drop onto my base makeup. Then just taking that brown gel liner through my waterline. Then I'm going to blend out underneath my waterline with the brown shadow that I used on the top of my lid. Next I'm going to go in with that Morocco shade from Makeup Geek, the orange, and just blend that brown out. Next I'm going to take the Collection Glam Crystals liquid eyeshadow and just pop that in my inner corner. I got this tip from Zoe Lane by watching her live videos. Then I'm taking the Primark matte primer, just putting this all over my face. I usually use the MAC matte cream, but this works just as good and it's like not less than half the price. Then taking the Revlon Colour Stay foundation, just blending that all over my face. If anybody recreates this, will you tag me in your pictures and let me know how you get on? It's good for us all to have a play with makeup. I mean, what else can you be doing when we're all stuck in the house? why not practice your skills? Also, if anyone's got any questions about anything, just ask me and I'll let you know. Then I'm going back in with that concealer stick just for a bit of cream contour. It's not very dark compared to my foundation, but it just gives a nice definition. I really like the way that it looks underneath my powder bronzers. Then I'm going in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Just putting that under my eye, bringing it right up to my temples, because it just really helps to lift your eyes up. This is the concealer, it's also really good for an eye brace if you haven't got any others. Just using a small fluffy brush as well, just to get right under the shadow so that I don't disturb any of the product. Just putting a little bit more under my eyes just to make them nice and bright. I'm not bringing this right up to the temple as well because there's already enough there. Next I'm going to put some just across the other high points of my face just to brighten it up a bit. Then I'm going to take the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder and just set where I put that concealer. With me, I find that concealers crease straight away on me no matter what I use, so I like to set them as soon as possible to try and avoid it. I really recommend this powder as well, it's lovely. Then I'm taking Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer and just warming up my face a bit more with that on a nice big fluffy brush. Then I'm going to take Doll Beauty Give Me Sun bronzer. This is just a nice matte bronzer just to deepen that up a bit more. I'm going to take it on a little fluffy brush under my lips and down the sides of my nose. I like to bring it from the edge of my brow out to my temple as well, just again giving you a little bit more definition in that area and pulling your face right up. Then taking MAC Gold Deposit. It's like a warm, shimmery golden bronze, and I just love the way this looks over my bronzer. I'd really recommend everybody getting a nice shimmery bronzer. Just really warms your complexion up. Then this is a Wet n Wild blush. I'm not really sure on the colour. I'm just putting that on my cheeks. And I'm just going to spray my face with some facial spray before I do my highlight. This is Laura Geller Gilded Honey, and this is so nice. I know it looks really bright on this, but it's just the light and it wasn't this bright in real life. Either way, it still looks nice. I'm just spraying a little brush just to go on a really top part of my cheekbone. Then just taking a bit more of my translucent powder and just going underneath that bronzer and the contour just to sharpen it up a bit. Same where I put the light concealer before. Then I'm taking LA Girl Brow Pomade and just filling in my brows. Just going to dust that powder off. I don't leave it on for too long. Then taking the Collection lip liner in the shade Cappuccino, just lining my lips. I'd really recommend everybody getting these, they're $2.79 and they're my favourite. The lipstick that I put on is the Revolution X Soft in the shade Syrup. It's just a nice warm glossy brown. And this is the final look. Thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you did.